Won't Back Down debuts on the heels of the same real-life drama as the Chicago teacher strike. Hi, I'm Naja Hill, here with Coming to the Screen. 350,000 students weren't able to attend school due to the Chicago School District's teacher strikes over pay and teacher evaluation. Won't Back Down, starring Oscar nominees Viola Davis, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Rosie Perez, coincidentally opens on the heels of this controversial teacher strike. Our own Jamaal Finkley sits down with the cast to discuss the film and some of these important issues. Check it out.
So, Viola Davis, first, great picture. But before we even get to that, I just want to take a second to talk about you. I mean, you've had a great year with your nomination and with Fences. How is, like, over your career, how is, like, the quality of projects and the amount of projects that are being sent to you changed, like, from, you know, early on to now that everybody kind of recognize how great you are?
Well, I think that the quality hasn't changed as much as the power to change it has changed. So my husband and I, we started a production company. Juve Productions. Okay. And we acquired some material that I believe there's some great narratives. But we started the production company out of necessity. Because I think that what people don't understand is sometimes you're only as good as the narrative.
Right.
Sometimes the narrative doesn't illuminate all that you are as an actor. You know, and the narrative is 80% of your work.
Right.
So I now have the power to actually search for that and put it in the hands of people who can make it happen.
Right.
Well, this movie, I mean, it's definitely important. It's timely. Everybody's talking about education and things now. Do you think, like, we forget about the kids in the discussion a lot? I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like with any discussion, you know, once discourse happens, because, you know, we don't like discourse as people, as human beings.
Right.
But as soon as discourse happens, I think sometimes it can snowball, and you never know why it started or where you're actually going with it. But it needs to trickle down to the kids, to these students who we're trying to impart wisdom on them. And it's not just academic wisdom, too. I mean, you have a generation of children who are in need of God.
I know it was in the script, but how true do you think the statement is? You changed the school, you changed the neighborhood. Do you think that really plays out in real life? If the school is changed, that the neighborhood may feel the change?
Why did you ask me that question? That was the one question I thought to myself, I hope nobody asked me that question. And you asked me that question. Because I don't believe that. I believe that they both have to change simultaneously. I think it's, you know, and I know that I'll maybe get flack for that, but listen, the two trains don't have to leave the station at the same time, but they have to leave the station.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. Because I think that the school is going to have, and the teachers have a heck of a time when they're trying to educate students without parent and community involvement.
Right.
I think that you're asking them to do something that is very just inhuman. And I think that's unfair to ask any teachers, because what you do is you burn out really great teachers before they've even started. You know, if a community isn't sustainable, you have 85% of the communities living below the poverty line. And I know poverty. And it's not just a financial state. It affects your mind.
Yeah, true.
And I think that it's hard to educate in communities like that.
Well, one thing, the movie will continue the discussion, and thanks for putting in another great performance, and we can't wait to see you in whatever you have coming out next.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's an honor to meet you.
Corporate profits are at a record high. This is a pro-democratic, nonviolent movement. We are trying to accomplish change. We want representatives in Washington that are looking after the people and not the corporations.